My name is Terry Tuttle. I'm from Churchton, Maryland, which is south of Annapolis. I grew up in New York, near Buffalo, and I started decorating cakes when I was about 14 years old. My youth leader at church was having a birthday, and I wanted to do something special for him. So his sister-in-law made cakes, so she taught me a few lessons. With just a couple of lessons, I was able to just take off on my own and do cakes for mostly family and close friends. And then it just developed more and more into selling more cakes to the general public. I really have not taken any formal pastry chef education courses. I've taken mostly courses from nationally known cake decorators at cake shows. And some of these classes involve basic fondant or draping, gum paste flowers as far as roses, daisies, peonies, and so on. How to stack cakes, how to use structural supports. Australian string work is another one. And some of these instructors include Tova Garrett, Norm Davis, Courtney Clark, Minette Rushing, V. Keith Ryder, Kim Morrison, and I'm really grateful for their instruction and their patience in teaching me so that I can get better at decorating. What I love about my job in doing cakes is that I like to be creative and making the customer happy by making an elegant cake or something that they really want that would be out of the ordinary. Kind of stretches me a little bit. Too, as a decorator, the end product is always going to be a learning experience. Whether it turns out great or not, it's always going to be improved upon next time. My strengths as a decorator include the elegant, classy cake, which involves swags and fondant and gum paste floral arrangements, piping, and those are the major things that I think are my strengths. My competitive spirit is not outwardly seen. I'm more of the reserved, shy type, and I can always go in with a kill knowing what my plan is. Even though I might be intimidated by some of the other decorators, I feel like I've learned enough that I can take on the competition. My adventurous side doesn't always lie with cakes. I've been teaching elementary school for 18 years, as well as my own two children who are 6 and 4. So they're always keeping me busy. My passions really lie in opening my own shop one day and have a great reputation for myself and using great looking cakes as well as great tasting. I think I should be on challenge because I want to prove to myself that I can take on a big challenge and stretch myself as a decorator, gain more confidence in myself, and create a final product that would impress the judges. As far as personal stakes go, I don't have anything to lose. I've got everything to win. I think this means more exposure for myself, more accountability for myself for being more precise. I would like to stretch myself more as a decorator and person to relate to the general public. Most likely I would eliminate some debt, spend more family time with the kids and my wife, since cake decorating takes a lot of time away, especially when it's not my primary job. Also, probably to invest in some future classes and business plans. Well, this cake I decided to make for the audition just because I wanted it to represent me. And so this guy right here holding a decorator bag just represents me, and the picture slightly behind it is me when I was 18 years old doing one of my first wedding cakes. This is representing my teaching career for the last 18 years. This cake right here was my very first cake that I entered in a cake competition and won 3rd place with it. This was 2nd place, Woodland Fantasy. This was 1st place, Fall Splendor. This cake was a divisional cake that I won 1st place in for Winter Wonderland. And I also entered a live challenge with a friend of mine, and we won 1st place. These pictures up here represent a couple of shows that I've been on. This is the Wedding Cake Wars, hosted by Ron Ben Israel. We learned a lot as far as time execution and what can be done in a given time amount. I volunteered to help Buddy Velastro, the cake boss, make a NASCAR cake for Joe Gibbs. Up here represents where I'm going next, which would be, I'm hoping, Food Network Challenge.